Hello everyone and welcome. In my first vlog I gave a general introduction to this channel. Now it's time to get a little more informative. As I mentioned before, my husband and I have immigrated to 4 countries in recent years, and for the past 2 years we've been living in Hua Hin, Thailand. And yes, we seriously considered living again, but we didn't. So let's talk about why. When people picture Hua Hin, they imagine peaceful beaches, golf courses, and retirees living their dream life, and that part is definitely true. But for us, sometimes it felt like we had fast-forwarded 30 years into a life stage that wasn't quite ours yet. So let me explain. Hua Hin has a strong reputation as a retirement destination, and while there is nothing wrong with that, sometimes it felt like we just didn't quite fit. It wasn't really about the age, it was more about energy. In some expat spaces, especially online, the tone can feel dismissive and sarcastic toward newcomers. I once saw a post that said, "Every post seems to have laughter emojis on every question asked. If you can't be nice, maybe just say nothing." And to be true, that's really resonated with me. Sometimes it feels like people forget that they were new once too. Maybe every expat location has its version of it, but I didn't personally experience the same atmosphere when living in Singapore, Australia, or Dubai. But maybe that's just my experience, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Another thing that's hard to ignore is how some foreigners behave. I saw an Instagram comment that said, "Third month in Thailand, how annoying are the people who go into stores and restaurants half naked. Women in swimsuits, men with bare torsos." And honestly, I understand the frustration. Thailand is relaxed, but relaxed doesn't mean disrespectful. Sometimes it makes me uncomfortable seeing people behave in the ways they probably wouldn't behave back home. And when that happens, it also affects how all foreigners are perceived. This is not about being strict, but it's just about, basic decency. The next reason is less emotional and more practical one. Every few months there seems to be a new announcement about visas or tax rules or income reporting or overall eligibility changes. Then sometimes the actual agencies don't fully understand the new rules themselves. Then the expat community freaks out, some people leave, then the announcement gets clarified or even reversed altogether. And that instability makes it so hard to feel secure. We don't expect perfection, but clarity and consistency matter. It's very difficult to build a long-term life somewhere when you consistently feel temporary. This one might be the hardest one to admit. Sometimes I wonder if we will ever feel fully accepted here. I'm not talking about legally, but socially. We will probably always be outsiders, as expats are often charged different prices for national parks or certain attractions. Property ownership rules are also different. And then there's friendships. Friends come and go all the time. When you want to build a life somewhere, you want to feel like you belong, not just that you're passing through. And that feeling made us seriously question staying here. So why did we stay? Because the story is never one-sided. Thailand ranks relatively low in English proficiency, and Prachuap Khiri Khan, where Hua Hin is located, is not known for high English fluency, and yet daily life just works. I'm not a native English speaker myself. Many locals here aren't either. But between the translator apps, gesture, and just patience and humor, we all find the rhythm. If you read expat forums long enough, you'll see many horror stories. Lost deposits, scams, warnings, suspicions. Experiences vary. And yes, I've heard those stories, and yes, I've had a small negative experience myself, but I've also seen something else here, which is trust. You'll often see little roadside stalls with a box that says, "Please play here." No stuff, no supervision, just pure trust. That feels rare in many places today. One time we even left our phone on our motorbike with the screen still on while we went for dinner nearby. When we came back, the phone was still there. Recently, a young scrap collector found 100,000 in cash and returned it to the police. The owner awarded him and even offered him a job. That kind of honesty says something. It reminds me that trust still exists here. Compared to hotspots like Phuket and Koh Samui, Hua Hin's overall cost of living is noticeably lower. Rent, restaurants, and daily expenses. And that matters. Hua Hin feels sustainable, and life here doesn't drain your wallet the way some island destinations can. Everything is relatively close, and daily expenses are manageable. It allows you to breathe financially. Hua Hin has long been seen as a retirement town, but that's slowly shifting. There are more cafes, creative spaces, younger expats, and remote workers moving here. I actually love the balance that's forming. If it were only retirees, it might feel too quiet. If it were only young crowds, it might feel chaotic. Right now, it's somewhere in between. Enough energy to feel alive, enough calm to feel stable. One thing I deeply appreciate in Hua Hin is safety. I don't carry the same tension I felt in bigger cities. Walking at night doesn't feel threatening, and that peace of mind matters more than I realized. Hua Hin isn't perfect. It can be quirky, frustrating, and unpredictable, especially as it grows and changes. But maybe no place is perfect. The real question is, what kind of imperfect can you live with? This mix of calm, affordability, safety, and quiet growth currently works for us. Maybe not forever. Who knows? These are just our personal experiences after 2 years living here. Every expat journey is different. So please share your thoughts in comments below. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. With love, your unstable expat.